this video, you guys, we're going to be giving you an AFC Championship preview, a little Burrow versus Mahomes action here on tomorrow's game in the AFC. You guys, should be an outstanding game between the Chiefs and the Bengals. Two teams who've just been on fire lately. Obviously, the Bengals coming up with a huge victory against the Tennessee Titans by a final score of 19-16, you guys, in the divisional round there. Big time upset. First AFC Championship game in many, many years for the Cincinnati Bengals, hoping to get to a Super Bowl, be Joe Burrow's first Super Bowl in the NFL in his second season. He would be kind of following suit with Patrick Mahomes almost there. I know Patrick Mahomes, I think, made the Super Bowl in his third season, but he never really started in his first season. It was his second year in the league that he became a full-time starter, was able to get to that AFC Championship game and lose to Brady. And then obviously in his second full season starting is when he made his run to the Super Bowl there. So it's a good opportunity for Joe Burrow here, you guys. I think this is going to be an incredible game. Bengals finished off their regular season with a 10-7 record. They were able to win their division this year, first time in a long time for them as well. Huge win against the Raiders in the first week of the playoffs, you guys, 26-19, the final score in that first round. Then, like I said, the big time upset against the Titans, 19-16, the final in the second round, where Joe Burrow was sacked 9 times and was still able to get the victory. First time, I think, since 1966 that a QB was sacked 9 times and still won a playoff game. I mean, absolutely outstanding performance by the guy. Same thing with the Chiefs, you guys. Big time performance the last couple weeks. They had a great regular season, finishing 12-5 after their kind of rough start at the beginning there. They really turned it on down the stretch of the regular season. They're able to win their division there later on in the season. Absolutely rolled over the Steelers in week 1, 42-21. Had game of the century versus the Bills. I mean, probably the greatest football game I've ever witnessed in my life. Where they were able to have that 42-36 upset, 25 points scored in the last minute 50 of regulation time there. Patrick Mahomes drives his team down with 13 seconds left in the game to tie it up and then wins it in overtime. I mean, fucking incredible game. It's gonna be tough to overmatch the quality of that game, you guys. I mean, this one might be able to do it between the Bengals and Chiefs here, but that was an incredible matchup. I think we got two absolute dogfighter of teams going at it here. Two of the better quarterbacks in the league right now going head-to-head in this matchup, you guys. It's going to be an absolutely outstanding game. Can't wait to see what happens here. We'll go through some of the injuries as well. Tyrann Mathieu, most notable for the Chiefs. He's questionable with a concussion in this game, you guys. Obviously getting injured with that. Had to go into protocols with concussion in the last game there against the Bills. So hopefully he's a go for this one. Obviously he's a big-time piece to that secondary of the Chiefs defense. He'd be huge to have back. Obviously he's one of the leaders of that defense as well. And then over on the Bengals side, they got Mike Daniels, who's questionable with a groin injury. Josh Tupou, questionable with a knee injury. So that's 2 defensive tackles questionable. And then you also have Cam Sample, a defensive end, doubtful with a groin injury for the Bengals as well. So not too many injuries on the injury front for both teams. Obviously, there's some other guys that are on IR, but they've been on IR for a while, so we're not going to address all the IR injuries as well right now. But nonetheless, you guys, should be a great matchup here. Right, real quick before we start breaking down the keys to victory in this one, if you can go ahead and like this video, if you guys like sporting content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Been getting a ton of support on the channel lately, you guys, and I greatly appreciate it. We're going to keep coming out with as much content as possible for you guys. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and start breaking down these keys to the victory for both teams here. We'll start off with the Cincinnati Bengals. I think probably one of the biggest keys to victory for them in this matchup tomorrow, you guys, is going to keep Joe Burrow upright. You got to limit the amount of sacks this guy has taken. He's just been absolutely beat up out there. Like I said, 9 sacks last week versus Tennessee. That definitely cannot happen in this week's game against the Chiefs. If they plan on winning this game, Patrick Mahomes is just too deadly. The more chances you give him if you have 3 and outs, or you're, getting into 3rd and long situations, because you're getting sacked so often, that's going to cost the Bengals big time. So they're going to have to figure out some schemes and some game plans with that offensive line, as well as maybe chip blocking with some tight ends, just to help Joe Burrow stay upright in that pocket a little bit longer so he can make those throws down the field. Another key to the victory for the Bengals, you guys, is going to be run-heavy offense, in my opinion. I think Joe Mixon needs to have a big-time performance in this game, take a little bit of pressure off of Joe Burrow. Kind of have that defense guessing whether they're going to be passing or running, get that play action going as well for the deep threat to Jamar Chase. And then that'll also help them dominate the time of possession, which will keep the ball at Patrick Mahomes' hands, which is huge as well. The amount of time that you can limit him having the ball and being able to go score points is going to be huge. Key for the Bengals to be able to win this game, you guys. And then the last key to victory for the Bengals, no home run balls on defense, you guys. Like I said, they got to hold Patrick Mahomes down. They can't allow him to be launching, 40, 50-yard bombs to Tyreek Hill for touchdowns in this one. They got to contain him, keep everything underneath. They can have some chunk plays, but you can't allow the home run ball. Like I said, it's going to be massive for these guys to be able to stop that, because a couple of those in a game that can just blow the doors wide open. And allow the Chiefs to start running away with it. So it's going to be very crucial for this Bengals defense just to hold tight, make the Chiefs have to take long drives down the field to score touchdowns. No quick touchdowns from, like I said, 50, 60-yard passes where Tyreek Hill just scores quick in 30-second drive or something like that. If they can limit them and make them go have 5, 6, 7-minute drives down the field to be able to score points, like I said, that'll just help to limit the possessions as well for the Chiefs, which is going to benefit Joe Burrow and that Bengals team significantly in this one, you guys. Then we'll head over to the keys to victory for the Kansas City Chiefs here, you guys. Fast start, as always, is huge, which is just going to force the Bengals into throwing the ball a lot more. Like I said, I think it's going to be huge for the Bengals to be a run-heavy offense in this game. But like I said, if the Chiefs are able to get out to a hot start, say a 7-0 lead or a 14-0 lead early in this game, it's basically going to ex-nay the Bengals' opportunity to be able to run the ball heavy in this one, and they're going to have to start throwing it a lot to try and catch up. And if that's the case, then they can just unleash that pass rush on Joe Burrow. And if that's going to happen, he's going to be under duress for most of the day. Obviously, with the offensive line not being that high of quality for the Bengals. So that's going to be a huge thing for the Chiefs, man. If they can get out to an early lead in this one, it's really going to put the pressure on Joe Burrow, because he's going to have to make a lot of big-time throws to get back into the game, which I don't think benefits the Bengals whatsoever with that shambled offensive line. And then another key to victory again, you guys, for the Chiefs. No turnovers in this game, I think, is huge. You can't give Joe Burrow any extra possessions or extra opportunities. He's one of those guys that'll make you pay very quickly. He's got that quick strike capability down the field, especially when you got big-time targets like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. C.J. Uzoma's been a big-time target in key situations for him at the tight end position as well this season. So it's going to be huge, man. I think if the Chiefs can keep the ball in their hands and not turn it over at all, I think there's a very good chance they can win this game. Like I said, just giving Joe Burrow those extra opportunities can't happen in this one, because the dude will make you pay for sure in that aspect. And then the last key to victory, you guys, for the Kansas City Chiefs here has got to be containing the wide receiver trio for the Cincinnati Bengals. Obviously, they got one of the better wide receiver trios in the league with T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and Jamar Chase there. So it's going to be a very similar thing, to how the Bengals defense needs to play the Chiefs. They can't allow those long bombs. Very similar for the Chiefs defense. You got to keep everything underneath. You can't allow Jamar Chase to open up the top of the defense on you. Because they do have those capabilities to have that quick strike offense as well. It's happened quite a few times this year where Joe Burrow's had those big-time long bombs to Jamar Chase for tutties. So I think that's going to be huge, man. I think that both teams need to make sure you're making these offensive drives the full length of the field to score a touchdown. They're not just getting these quick 50-yard passes to score a tutty in 30 seconds on a drive. So, like I said, you guys, those are the keys to victory I got for both teams here. I think this is going to be a phenomenal matchup. I'll give you guys my final score prediction here in this one. I'm going on a limb here a little bit, you guys. I'm going with the underdogs. I'm taking the Bengals to win this game in a big-time upset of the Kansas City Chiefs, 35-30 the final score. I have a feeling it's going to be 30-28 late in this game, and Joe Burrow's going to lead his team to a victory with a big-time touchdown drive in the two-minute mark of that fourth quarter. He's going to leave some time left on the clock. For Patrick Mahomes, unfortunately, I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to be able to strike the iron twice. Like he did last week against the Bills there. I think he's not going to be able to get it done and score the touchdown to be able to win the game late in this one. I think Joe Burrow and the Bengals are going to be going to their first Super Bowl in a long, long time. First Super Bowl for Joe Burrow's career. So yeah, man, that's my prediction on this game, 35-30 for the Bengals. Looking forward to it. It's going to be an outstanding matchup tomorrow, you guys. Wish my Packers were going to be playing, but unfortunately the 49ers freaking whooped us. We weren't able to get it done. I'll be coming out with a video talking about the NFC Championship game next to you guys. Just thought I'd start off with the AFC Championship first in this one. But that wraps it up for this video pretty well, you guys. Please go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Thanks so much for the support on this channel, you guys. I greatly appreciate it. And this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports Channel.